The heartland of America brings up thoughts of tree-lined streets, neighborhood block parties, and a place where people don't lock their doors at night. A simpler time, a happier time, a safer time. Today, devastation, crime, murder, and mayhem are everywhere.
What we all know is that crime does not discriminate. And there is crime in every neighborhood in the country.
There's a dynamic about crime that most people don't really think about until it's too late and they're victims of it. It's collateral damage.
Security of your home is extremely vital. Unfortunately, we as people tend to think that if nothing happens to us, nothing ever will happen to us.
If you're in your home and someone breaks into your home, they're probably not there to have ice cream with you.
Those days of unlocked doors are over, so before you break out the sugar cones and sprinkles, you better be prepared to protect yourself and your family and your home from those unwanted guests. In the United States, a home break-in happens every 15 seconds. Is your family's fortress secure?
You can't put a price on your safety, you know. I mean, my family is everything. I could live in my car as far as I'm concerned, as long as I know we're safe.
Wes, Julie, and their children live in a quiet neighborhood nestled in the mountains of Colorado, a place they purchased because of the serene, safe neighborhood and spacious floor plan.
I kind of felt ahead of time that we were in a really safe place because we chose to live out in the country, and I thought, we're not in the city where you're going to get bad guys all the time. That's really what I was thinking.
Borden S. Borden, and yes, that is his name, has been in the security business for over 20 years, specializing in vehicle and home security systems.
By being proactive, we're going to look at all the security solutions that we can look at so that you feel safe and secure in your home, so that you have a chance if something were to happen.
Borden is about to dish up a huge wake-up call to Wes and his family. Hey Borden, how are you today?
Good, Rich.
Appreciate you coming out. We're going to do this whole new security makeover for this house. Really appreciate you showing us this stuff and giving us your expertise.
You'll notice the house off to the side there faces off to a different direction. The house down there is a little further away. No one's going to really see somebody messing around this house. We have all these windows at a low level pointing out that are easily accessible for somebody to come in through the house.
Okay, let's get up there, take a look at the house, get it prepared so they don't become a victim.
Well, one of the good things, Rich, about this house is we don't have any kind of shrubbery or trees blocking any of the windows. It provides a prime location for burglars to hide.
It actually helps the bad guys.
People have shrubs, it's an invitation. It gives the burglar a perfect place to camouflage himself while he's working on prying the window open. You have to look at where you're putting your shrubbery at. Give yourself some distance. I recommend a few feet at least, minimum, so that it's something that if you look outside as well, you can see the bad guy sitting out there.
Okay, Borden, here we are at the house. And as we come up, is there anything you notice or what are we seeing?
Immediately, Rich, the first thing I notice is the front door.
Okay.
Observe that we have glass here in the front, we have glass here on the side.
Okay.
For your typical burglar, they're going to turn around and smack the glass with a hard object, hammer, crowbar, whatever, and simply reach in and unlock the door and walk right on in.
So this is a pretty easy one to get in.
You know, ornamental front doors are gorgeous. However, they're completely insecure. You can break in, reach in, unlatch the door, and bang, you're inside.
All right, let's meet the family, Borden.
Lincoln County 911. There's a man at my back door. He's trying to get in.
December 4th, 2009. Bill Riley is trying to break into the home of Donna Jackson by throwing a patio table through her sliding glass door.
Well, he's crazy. He's hollering and yelling.
And you're there by yourself?
Yes. Yeah, my husband's at work.
I can hear you banging again.
What the intruder did not know was that Donna Jackson was prepared to defend herself with her shotgun.
If he breaks the window, I'm going to kill him. I'll have to kill him, ma'am. I don't want to kill him.
I understand, ma'am. You have to protect yourself.
He's breaking in now. Ma'am, it's about through the house. I'm going to shoot.
Can you... Oh, my God.
I shot him going out front. I hit him. So sorry.
Now, I know. It's okay. There's nothing you can do. You have to protect yourself.
It is believed that Bill Riley was under the influence of drugs and alcohol at the time of the invasion. Like Donna Jackson, Wes and Julie Watley live out in a rural area of Colorado, miles away from the closest police station.
For the most part, I think I feel pretty safe, but I know I might be in a little bit of denial about that. But again, because we are so remote, that brings its own problems. And that does concern me, that we're out and our neighbors aren't home during the day.
Security expert Borden S. Borden and myself are here to make a potentially life-saving house call. Thanks a lot for having us in your home today. Borden and I were walking up and he noticed a few things that maybe he can tell you about now.
And walking up to the front of the house, the first thing I pointed out to Rich is your door and the window beside your door. While it's beautiful with the ornamental glass, unfortunately, it makes it very easy for somebody to break into your house. One of the solutions you could do is replace the door with a solid wood door, and instead of having that piece of ornamental glass on the side that's easy to break in, you could replace that with some glass blocks. They're very difficult to break through, and that will definitely make it much harder for somebody to break into your home. You could then put in a peephole that you could look out and see if somebody was outside the house when they knocked on the door.
That's not an expensive change, so easy enough to do. All right, very good.
What room do you think we should start with first?
I'm thinking the office.
All right,
It's right here.
let's go.
Now the first thing I notice in this room is that there's no window treatments on the window. Anybody can walk up from the outside, look in and see all the computer equipment you have here. It's basically an advertisement that says, "Come steal me."
Yes.
But it's nice.
Lots of light
A lot of
comes in.
light coming in.
The light's beautiful, but if you were to put a window treatment, let's say from the rectangular windows down and leave that upper part open, you would still have the light coming in. You can always open the window treatments when you're in the room working, as long as you're being observant of what's going on. But when you're not home, having these windows wide open, somebody coming up to the house, peeking in the windows, they see all this computer gear, that's an invitation to break in.
All right, so we'll put curtains up or some kind of window dressing on there or blinds. Where do you want to go next?
Well, let's take a walk this way. The other thing I notice is you have no window coverings here in your dining room area.
More window covers. All right.
Yay. Like Borden said, we can have the curtains open during the day and then just shut them at night. So those are some quick fixes I'm going to take care of this weekend.
Wes, one of the most popular places for thieves to break into is your garage. Oftentimes, the other problem that people have is they leave their garage doors open. How many times have you come out and found your garage door open because you forgot to close it?
Just yesterday, as a matter of fact.
The other problem I look at is up at your door. I notice you have 2 locks on the door. How often do you lock those?
Every night, actually.
The
Well,
top
good.
one, before we go to bed, we check it.
I'm glad to hear that. Most people don't. Usually the door going from the garage into the house is left unlocked all the time. It's easy access.
How easy is it for him to get in through this garage door with an electronic garage door opener?
Believe it or not, it's really not that hard. Usually what they do is take some kind of pry bar and they'll wedge it underneath the door and lift it up a little bit, and then they put a jack underneath there. So people think with the electric garage door, because the door is closed, that they're safe and secure. They're not. The biggest mistake homeowners make when it comes to their security, I think, is being lax. They leave doors unlocked, windows unlatched, garage doors wide open. Somebody thinks it'll never happen to me, or it's never happened in the past, so therefore it can't happen in the future.
Okay, Borden, where to next?
I'm really concerned with the basement, Rich. I think that's a huge point of vulnerability for the house. So you mentioned that the kids' bedrooms are down here.
2 of them are down here.
That's a big concern.
Yes.
Obviously somebody could gain access. So what we need to do is secure your basement a little bit better.
Hey, Borden, how useless is this piece of pipe they've got here in the door jamb?
This is worthless. Look how far I can open the door before it stops. So I recommend a bar that goes across the doorway like this. This is actually very simple to install. It just requires a few screws in the door frame. And what it allows you to do is have the visual notification that your door is actually locked. This is like the best $15 you can spend for securing a sliding glass door.
Sliding door downstairs doesn't always latch properly, and sometimes the boys will go open it. So I like the bar. I'm definitely going to get one of those.
So where's the kids' bedroom from here?
It's right over here, the far end. Yeah, that's pretty low.
Now notice how low this window is.
Yeah.
Gives me perfect access into the house. How hard would it be for you to break this window and climb right in and grab the kid out of bed?
I mean, no problem, especially with these rocks right here. I could just pick it up and break it right out, and in I go.
Good point. Wow.
What do I do?
Security system. So when you go to bed at nighttime, you arm your home in what we call a stay mode, which would then activate all your door and window contacts. So if anybody were to break the window, you would know through the glass break detector. If anybody was to pry the window open, it would trip through the magnetic contact. It would alert you immediately that you have a break-in.
I've got a couple of rifles. They're in a gun case, locked up.
That I don't know how to use.
And I've got a handgun, a .357 handgun, and I keep that locked away in the closet so the kids can't get to it.
Let's take a look at this handgun up there. Okay, so Wes, you can barely reach the thing. All right, and then you just got it in a box up there. All right, now you got it in a gigantic lock system here. Wes, this is absolutely worthless for self-defense.
I don't even actually know where the key is right now.
Okay, Wes, let's head out to the kitchen and I'll show you a really great device that we can use as a locking system for self-defense. Now, this is the tool that we want to use. I put my gun inside this lockbox, I close the lockbox, I turn the lock. You can't get in there unless you got the code. Now I want to get in, bada bing, I'm in the box. The part about this tool that's the best is no electronics. It doesn't have any key that I got to run and go find. One other thing this accomplishes that I think is fantastic. It requires you to have conscious thought and make sure that you're clear and decisive and awake to get to the gun. This is a great tool, and you've got to have one of these in your home to protect yourself and your family, and that's important.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was really surprised what Rich said about the guns.
I mean, he's right. If I'm gone, what are you going to do? I mean, you need to be able to protect the kids and yourself.
So you've had the opportunity to learn today what your security weaknesses are at your house. Hopefully that was helpful to you.
Very helpful, very good. Scary, but good.
Until you can get an alarm system in your place, this is a great little device. The dog's going to love it. You set this down right here when you go to bed, once you're inside the house. Now all of a sudden somebody decides to hit your door. They'll listen to that thing. It's it's painful. But the bad guy doesn't know what he walked into, and it's going to notify everybody in the house somebody's trying to get in that door.
Thank you. Thank you very much. One of the things I really particularly liked that Rich showed us was that Sabre door jam, because we got a couple of kids that, do get up and walk around at night, sleepwalk. And I think that's a genius thing to be able to get foot in front of the door. We'll hear it. It'll wake the kid up, whoever's walking, and us.
Appreciate you having us out. Very nice.
Anybody who's watching, and seeing what happened here today, I would imagine they would learn quite a lot of things to look at in their own homes. They're really quick, easy fixes. They really are. The things that Boardman showed us. I think anybody could take an opportunity now, go look around your house. Check your windows, check your doors, look outside. See what kind of, for under $100, it looks like to me, I could do a lot more to secure my house.
But with all the invaluable advice and safety tips, did the family really change their ways?
Okay, first of all, you gave me a good excuse to go shopping, which as you can see I did. We put new curtains on our windows. Even if we're not going to be gone that long, we still always shut it. We put this bar in the middle here. I always double check and make sure the windows are locked. But we have a son that sleepwalks.
Thanks, guys.